Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Philosophy Pebble, or something along those lines. In the last episode we learned about Wingardium Leviosa, or whichever one it is. Harry, don't be late for the herbology lesson. I'm waiting at the entrance of the greenhouse. See you there, Hermione. I don't give a crap. We're going to go around and explore a little bit of the castle because that is what Hogwarts is about, isn't it? It's about exploring the secrets of the castle. And then we're going to go to herbology. I was fairly certain that this was going to be a Alohomora type of situation. It is, just not from close up. We will not be going to explore every single secret because, frankly, I'll probably not see every single secret. But every time you see a mirror, there's a pretty good chance that there's like a chest or something behind the mirror. We will be learning how to get more chocolate frog cards, apparently. We will be learning the Incendio spell today, I think, which will be the goal for today's episode. And then in the next episode, I don't know what we'll be doing. I seem to remember we also have to fight Peeves in a moment here. Or Draco, one or the other. I think it's Peeves. Maybe both, actually. Yeah, this is definitely a fight against Peeves, which I don't remember how this goes, actually. It's been a while since I've played Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter, that is. I don't remember very much about it. Can I just flipendo you? I can just flipendo you. That is literally everything there is to this fight. Also, Harry stops his walking animation while you're aiming, as you can see. He just kind of floats around. It's not a great game, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know where I originally placed it in my top 5 Harry Potter PC games list. I don't know if it was very high, because honestly, it doesn't deserve to be very high if it was. And that is the entire Peeves fight. There's not a lot of animations going around in this game. And honestly, that's not that big of a deal. It is a very early game. I think it's 2000, 2001, which obviously is way later than some other games which work and look much better. Do I care? Is the question? Oh. Oh, you do give me one. Okay. So definitely there was also just not a very big budget for this game compared to other games at the time, I'm guessing, which is a little bit weird in my opinion, because when this game was released, it was released to go along with the movie at the time, and the movie was made because the books were very, very successful. So I know. Why do you keep sending me owls? Shut up, Hermione. So anyway, the only thing I can imagine, something stuck in my mouth. The only thing I can really think about that being logical is that I didn't think or didn't know for sure that the movies and as such the game were going to be successful to begin with, because they were like, books into movies, it's kind of hit or miss, and even if these books are pretty successful, let's not take a gamble and allocate too much of our budget to this game, because it's a game based on a film based on a book. And if the film flops, so will the game, likely. So let's not take too much of a risk. And that would also explain why the next game is so much better, because they were like, okay, apparently people like this, so let's actually make it a little bit better. I think that is probably what ended up happening here. But I can't be sure, obviously. I have no idea what the actual business side of the development of this game looked like. It is just my hunch as to how this ended up going down to be an entertaining yet not very great game. Because I've been saying this game is excused for its kind of jankiness because of its age. But I've been thinking a little bit more about that since the last recording, and I figured out that we have a save book here. I figured out that actually there's a lot of 3D games and there's Malfoy, which work and look a lot better that predate this game. So that can't really be an excuse. I think, right? And maybe it's the fact that it's a PC game and It's the combination of being 3D and PC, which wasn't popular in the early 2000s yet, which is really weird to think about these days. But PC gaming in general is just like a little bit of a weird situation until like well into the PS2 era. And let's focus here for a moment, because this is actually kind of more difficult than it looks. The hit detection is really weird, and so is the AI for... let's... Oh my god, hit him right in the face. Hit him right in the face again, and that is that. We killed Malfoy. And if we killed Malfoy, that means that later in the series things will go horribly wrong. Then again, okay, so if Malfoy... Let's assume... Let's do a little, like, what-if fanfiction here, right? If we actually would have killed Malfoy there, what would have happened during the rest of the series? Because Malfoy obviously is very important in Book 6 and 7. He's very important in Book 6 because, spoiler, he's kind of important in the whole like Dumbledore dying thing. And he's very important in Book 7 because he makes sure Harry isn't recognized when he's brought to Malfoy Manor. So if he weren't there, that would probably go badly. But is he also very important? I guess he is. Those are the only two things. Well, I don't want to call Dumbledore dying necessarily being a good thing. I thought I might be able to cast a spell on that thing. Anyway, let's go to herbology. Oh, we need to go through the gardens first. This might be a fairly lengthy episode because we'll be well past 10 minutes into the episodes by the time we learn the spell. And then by the time we actually get around to doing the entire obstacle course, we might look at a 25-minute episode, which is a little bit more than I bargained for, to be honest. I'm not going to spend time on this dragon. I just don't give a crap. But I think this will give me a little something when I cast... Nope, it will not. Never mind. So, I don't exactly remember... Oh, never mind. I don't exactly remember what the puzzle is to get to this place. I'm hoping, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm hoping that the fact that there is a puzzle that you need to do... That takes a while to open up. That isn't good. I'm hoping that the fact that there's a puzzle to get to the herbology lesson to begin with means that the actual trial and puzzle in the herbology lesson for Incendio itself will be slightly shorter, because otherwise this is, again, gonna be a lengthy episode, which isn't necessarily a bad thing other than the fact that the camera just fucking implodes in and of itself sometimes, but that's just kind of like a weird thing this game does every now and then. You just kind of want to ignore that. So let's heal up a little bit before we go any further. The first episode has gone up as of me recording this, by the way. The second episode hasn't gone up yet. That will be going up tomorrow as of the time I'm recording this. I'm recording this on Friday, the 17th of July. So the first episode has gone up to pretty good viewership, I'm going to be honest. I think it's at like 25. I can't actually cast spells on you yet because I don't have Incendio. That makes perfect sense. It's at like 25 views as of me recording this right now, which is pretty good. Even for a first episode of a series, I would call that being fairly good. So I'm very curious to see how episode 2, 3, 4, just the rest of the series does. Because, again, if it does well, we'll keep with the Harry Potter thing for a little bit longer. And we'll just move on to the Chamber of Secrets and see how that does. But if it doesn't do well, I'm thinking we probably have a decent idea for what I want to do after this already. Because I was thinking to do a... I need to use Alamora on a hedge. So that's weird. I was thinking to do a Avatar Let's Play on the Sunday uploads after Kingdom Hearts ends, which should be very, very soon. But I've been rethinking that because Kingdom Hearts is actually doing fairly well in and of itself, so why would I ever stop that? So I'm probably going to do a different Kingdom Hearts 2 mod after that series ends. And the idea for a potential Avatar Let's Play will be the backup plan for if Harry Potter doesn't do very well. So that doesn't mean that if you want to see Avatar The Last Airbender, you need to stop watching this by any means. Because if this does well and Kingdom Hearts keeps doing well, I'll just do more Harry Potter and more Kingdom Hearts. And Avatar will probably end up being a live stream series. Which I don't even know which Avatar game I'd be playing. Probably just the first one to begin with. But we'll see. It's going to be a while before we even get to that. I mean, this game isn't going to last that long. Actually, it's not a while. It's probably going to be like 2 weeks before we get to that. So by the time you're seeing this, I probably will have made a decision on what I'm going to be playing after this. And that's Fred and George again. They just show up everywhere. And they make these episodes unnecessarily long. I have, actually, I think. I might have collected exactly 25, because I think last time I also had 81 after buying a wizard card. I think that's Godric Gryffindor. I think that is a very interesting portrayal of him. I guess this is the only halfway canonical image we have of him, right? I think this is Godric Gryffindor at any rate. I don't know for sure. Let's check. We have Albus Dumbledore, obviously. You are... Yeah, that's Godric Gryffindor. This might be the closest we have ever come to seeing a canonical image of him. Oh, that's very interesting. Because I know that one of the games also has a wizard card for Herbo the Foul, which is a canonical character, because Pottermore, or I think it's called Wizarding World these days, has references, or maybe even a page, but I think at least references to him, because he's like the first one to make a Horcrux and breed a Basilisk. So that information, I think, came from one of the Chocolate Frog cards in a game. So I have to imagine there is some amount of, like, canonical... Let me focus here for a moment. Canonicalness to the video games. I don't know. Is that canonically how Gryffindor would have looked like? Because it's not how I imagine him in my mind. When I imagine Godric Gryffindor in my mind, he looks a lot more like Gimli from The Lord of the Rings. More than the fact that he's a dwarf, but just like the beard and the hairstyle. And also the fact that he would be like a bit ginger, not necessarily blonde. That's not my Gryffindor. I'm just gonna say it. I don't agree that that's what Gryffindor looks like. For a first year? I've played this game more times than... Well, obviously, because you're AI. You're not even AI. You are just a set of animations and vertices and a voice line thrown in there. You're not it... Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's 91%. Somehow, when I'm not paying attention, I do so much better than when I'm paying attention. I probably just shouldn't be paying attention to these things. We are almost up to 200 points for Gryffindor in total. Okay, we're not going to make it 95% because we never do. I'm going to give it a shot, but I already fucked it up pretty much there. This is more difficult than it looks like. I've said this every single time I've done this so far. This is so much more difficult than it looks like. 92%! That is so close! That is insanely close. I was so close to getting that 4 out of 4. We're going to get it at least one time. I don't think we are, because I think after this we only have like 2 more spells to learn. Yeah, this is not a very long game. I think after this we have a story event, because I think after this we might go into the library. And then we learn Lumos. And then we go fight Voldemort, I think. Which, fighting Voldemort will be like 2 or 3 episodes in total, because the entire like the trials leading up to it, they do take a while, I'll be honest with you. So, or maybe I'll just do one long finale episode, which is like 40 minutes. Maybe I'm overestimating how long it takes, because again, it's not a very long game to begin with. So, the last the last like challenges being 40 minutes might be a little bit long. They might be like 50% longer. That is everything there is to it. I'm gonna skip a lot of this now because, frankly, I don't feel like dealing with these plans, and we're over 15 minutes into the episode as it is anyway, so it's no real good reason for me to delay. But yeah, I think these trials usually take between like 5 and 10 minutes. From the moment you go into the 3rd floor corridor and find Fluffy and do the things like the flute thing with him, I think it might be like 25 minutes to the very end of the game. So that might all fit into one episode. I don't yet know how I'm going to deal with that, because frankly, I don't remember much about this game to begin with. So I didn't really pay attention as to what we were supposed to do. I guess we're supposed to incendio that's supposed to be Devil's Snare, maybe? I don't know. I don't know why I'm picking up all of these stars as well, because they don't really do anything, as I mentioned. I think last episode, maybe the episode before that, which was the first episode, these stars, I don't think they have any use, like, in gameplay at all. Not even for the points. I don't think you get any points for getting these stars, so they're literally just optional collectibles. But since they're stars and they're so sparkly, it feels like you're supposed to get them. It feels like it's a requirement, which it definitely is not a requirement. How does this work? Oh. Weirdly, that is how that works. I actually quite like the idea of this being a little bit of a maze. It's not really a maze, obviously. What does that open? Oh, that allows me to do this, but then what? Oh, this is just the way I'm supposed to go. I thought this was the entrance. No, it's the way I'm supposed to be going. Again, I don't have the patience to deal with you and your spiky bullshit. So please leave and just die. And you also go ahead and die. I wish I had something to actually kill these guys with. I don't know how I'm supposed to unlock that thing over there. Surely it's got to be... Oh, Wingardium Leviosa. These things onto there. The range is just too small, isn't it? Yeah. That's the annoying thing about Wingardium Leviosa. It's got a range on it, and the range is based on where you're standing, not where you started lifting up the object. I think starting to lift up the object should, like, that should, like, tell you. Well, tell you. It would also tell you. That should be the reason. What, I'm looking for a different word. The cause for well, it just should be the origin point for the range. That's just what I'm trying to say in fancy words. And it's not working, so I just look stupid instead. I think this might be not the end. Never mind. Is it? Nope. Yeah, as I said, this is probably going to be a fairly lengthy episode, because I seem to remember there's also a room with, like, going underground, and there's a room that is, like, dimly lit and, like, blue. I might be confusing the first and second games, because I'm pretty sure you also learn Incendio in the second game. But then again, one of the things I praised Chamber of Secrets for in my top 5 video is that you know Flipendo starting the game. So it'd be a bit weird if you remember one spell from this game starting the second one, but then don't remember Incendio. That would just that would be stupid. So I'm assuming that is not the case, and this is just a way longer trial than I actually remember. Which is okay, that's fine. But that makes me think, what? Surely there is a plant-based, like a herbology class in the second game as well. But what in the world do you learn there? Yeah, okay, so this is the room I was thinking about. But this is I'm pretty sure this is the final room of the challenge. So the underground thing must be the second game. Or the third one. Oh, I think in the second game you learn the spell to get rid of vines, maybe? I think that's it. I just don't know. That's not Incendio. Also, Incendio should be a fire spell, I'm pretty sure. Might as well pick up that star, because we're here anyway. And if we're picking up the star, might as well open up the chests. Because, again, we're here anyway. Do we actually have full damage in this game? I don't think you do. I couldn't test it out. But yeah, I don't think you have full damage in this game. That is, can I actually use Incendio on these big-ass plants? Answer is yeah, you definitely can. For some reason. Okay, so that's not the final room. So maybe I still do need to go underground. I am thoroughly confused as to which obstacles are in which game. Surely this is the final room. Surely. Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But we're 7 stars in, so yeah, no. Because I think this is the part where you go underground. Is it? Maybe it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm finished with the trial, so I'm confused. You completed the challenge. Okay, so do I get...
10 points for Gryffindor. Now off you go.
Okay, so you do get points for it. Again, doesn't matter, because you always win the House Cup anyway, because that's part of the goddamn story. We'll be continuing that on next episode, though, and I think we'll be doing a little bit of flying with Malfoy next time around, and we might have to go on a side quest for that big block of polygons there, also known as Hagrid. See you back then. Bye. I don't think there's any audio. Well, there's birds. Enjoy the birds.